Welcome back, everybody. Thank you for watching another video. So today we're gonna take this dulled out steak knife and try to bring that edge back to life by using the WorkSharp Benchstone knife sharpening system. And as always, guys, if at the ending of the video you want to purchase a WorkSharp Benchstone sharpening system, make sure you check out the link in the description below. You got two components when it's coming out of the box. You got the base here, rubber feet on the bottom, get you some grip on your tabletop. And you got this tab right here that's going to hook right into this bar under here. Just fits in just like this. And you got a locking switch. So if you leave it unlocked like this, if you have a curved blade as you're sharpening along, it'll pivot like this, or you can lock it down so it doesn't move around. All right, you got your angle guides on the side that are held on by magnets. All right, so there's a 15-degree and a 20-degree guide, and it just holds on like that. They do sell a 15 and 17 separately. All right, you got your core stone at 320. These are diamond stones. You got a 600, and then you got your honing stone as well. And they sell replacements for all three of these on the website as well. All right, let's get a measurement in here so we get an idea for how big this is. Most of this will be able to fit in your kitchen drawer. 8 inches right here, so maybe 1.25 inches long. Okay, across this way. Go from about here. Yeah, what is that? A half, a little bit over a half. So there's a 2.5, maybe 2 3/4 thick this way, and then height-wise, let me see. Yeah, about 2 3/4 height-wise as well. All right, let's see how much this weighs here. Coming in at 14.3 ounces. Now, just as a weight reference, I filled up this 16-ounce bottle of soda just a little past halfway, and it weighs the same amount. All right, so here's the basic idea. We got these angle guides that are going to keep us at 20 degrees, and all we're going to do is hold it and go across this way. And you want to stop with the point halfway there. You don't want to keep rounding it off this way. So follow the angle guide and just stroke through. All right, here's a different view of the sharpener itself. And most likely you're going to be pushing the blade across this way instead of pulling it like here. But this is just to show you that you just take the flat of the blade, put it on the angle guide, and just let it drop down to the stone, and then work your way this way to the tip. Right, so flat to the angle guide, down to the stone, straight across this way. And you just keep repeating until you get all the way up to the honing stone. All right, now this steak knife doesn't have much of a curve here. It's almost flat all the way across. So I'm just going to keep the stone locked. I'm going to just go like this, all the way to about there. Again, you don't want to go all the way to the edge. You want to stop it right in the middle, just like that. Now, if your knife has a bigger belly in it, a bigger curve on it, you can, if you want to, unlock the stone and work the pivot. So as you're coming across this way, the stone will pivot with the curve of your knife. But for now, it's going to keep it locked in. And then if you have any questions about what stroke you should be using, you can consult the manual. Basically, if you're using the pivot, you're going to use more of a perpendicular or a straight diagonal line for that. And if you're using it locked up, it's going to be more of a curved motion like this. Again, in the instruction manual. All right, I'm going to get started here. And again, you don't need to put a lot of pressure on here. Just very light strokes. I think I'm done with the 320 grit. Thought I'd show you what the edge looks like there. Still kind of jagged. Large scratches in there. About to move on to the 600. Just a quick reminder, you just want to be really patient. Get your flat on the guide. Make sure that it's square, and then just push through. Take your time, light pressure. All right, 600 is done. And you can see that the edge is starting to look a little bit nicer. Scratch is a lot less grainy, of course, than on the 320. Now I'm going to hit it with the honing / polishing stone. Should have a pretty decent edge. I got one last tip when you're sharpening on the Benchstone, or for that matter, if you're going to sharpen on any sharpening stone, and that's simply don't forget to put support out toward the tip of the knife. You want to have nice, consistent, even pressure all the way through your stroke, and if you forget this support, you're going to miss the very tip here. So again, flats on the angle guide, support all the way through and across. Alright, here's what the edge looks like after being on the honing stone. We can see how that light picks up this polished edge right down here on the bottom. Alright, that 600 grit is not going to take out all those fine scratches, but this did give us a much improved cutting edge than what it was before. Let's see what we're dealing with here. Oh yeah, very good. Nice. Let's try the other corner. Yep. Now this took a while to do. Let me explain why. Alright, the first thing is, you guys saw how dull this knife was at the beginning of the video. I was pushing my thumb on it, flicking it around. It was just dull to the world. Second, I didn't know what the degree of the edge was on here, and that's fine. I could have figured it out by just striping the edge here with a permanent marker, and I could have just freehanded it on the stone like this, but that's not what I wanted to test. I wanted to test how accurate and how good and how easy it was to keep the angle at a 20 degrees. So it's not horrible. I mean, I started off on a 320 grit stone, but, you know, I'm working with a dull knife and resetting the edge. It would have been a lot easier if I had the 220 grit, because, man, I was going in increments of 25, and I think I got up to like 125 before burrs started to form. So I highly recommend getting the 220 grit stone, because you never know when you're going to chip or damage your knife, and it's good to have that around. But that's why it took a long time to start. The 320 is coarse, but the 220 would have been perfect. Now, let's say that you take really good care of your knives and you just want to maintain that edge. You never want to reset that edge. Here's what I would do. I would take out the 320, take out the 600, and replace it with the 800 and then the leather strap, and then just leave the honing stone there. You're going to have a perfect setup for maintaining your edges. Another great feature of the Benchstone is you can use this as a file, because it comes apart from the base. You just unlock it. Now you have a file. You just bring it up to the edge of whatever you're trying to sharpen, say an axe, and you can use it just like a file. And then if you need to replace these stones, all you got to do is remove these two screws on the side. And this is a T20 screw, and you just back them out. Move the holder, and then once these two clips fall out, basically just slide out the old ones and slide in the new ones. That easy. Just a couple of things about these diamond sharpening stones. You got to treat them just like any other kind of stone or sandpaper. If it gets too loaded full of stuff, it's not going to cut as effectively. So you just got to make sure you clean them off. Soap and water, maybe just a toothbrush, lightly clean it off, dry it off, and put it back on. And I'd also thought, I point out that on the back of these, look, there's a lot number. So these guys are really into quality control. If there's an issue with the lot number, they can just pull them. So that's a nice touch. Even got the logos back there from WorkSharp. Nice. Well, alright guys, this has been your look at the WorkSharp Benchstone Knife Sharpener. We took this dead-to-the-world knife edge, we reset the edge angle, and now it can cut again. Super compact, you can fit it in your drawer, and this is going to sharpen just about everything you got around the house. Remember guys, if you want to purchase this knife sharpener, make sure you check out the link in the description below. Thank you for watching. I'll catch you in the next video.